so? How can it cost you,
Wicked. We are talking totally fierce. You know what I mean?
Lenny Henry Show.
Well. Welcome back, Mac. Ziggy, what is the matter with you? This is not Acid House video. Snap out of it. Up here. Welcome back, cobblers. You know, now that we are so deregulated here in Australia...
This is Hendon.
Shut up, mother. It is time to cut to some super sexy commercials. Ziggy, over here. Where are my jeans?
They're in the fridge.
Who put them there?
I did.
Mother, get me a blowtorch, quick! Hello. I am the incredibly sexy woman who has just moved in next door. Smirk, smirk. I have come to buy some coffee. Smirk, smirk. Oh, really? I'm not so bad looking myself. Smirk, smirk. Coffee, eh? Smirk, smirk. Yes. Smirk, smirk. Oh, smug, smirk. Go and buy your own coffee, you scrounging witch. All right, my friends, forget sex, forget filth, forget porn, because now it's time for even more sexy, filthy porn. Deregulate, deregulate. When we present our brand new quiz game, Master Bunk. Boost that power high, Tundi. Oh, no. Too high, Tundi, too high. Oh, God. Oh, God. Forget satellite TV, my friends. This is satellite TV. Oh, Tundi. Cut, cut.
George and Linda have been happily married for 17 years. Or have they?
I'm considering leaving George. Leaving him where?
Is George too dull?
George, do something crazy!
Unromantic?
George?
Is there any hope?
It's no good, George. We'd only make the same mistakes all over again.
No, we won't. We'll make different ones.
Lisa Goddard and Ray Cooney star in Wife Begins at 40 this Wednesday at 9:30 on BBC1.
On BBC2 shortly, there's Bill Forsyth's magical comedy set in a small Scottish village where the way of life is threatened by an American oil company and its plans for a new refinery. The company dispatches a top executive to carry out local negotiations, but things take an unexpected turn when the little village begins to cast its spell. Local Hero on 2. Here on 1, in just over 10 minutes, Bruce Forsyth and Ronnie Corbett pool their comic talents for a Christmas spectacular. That's after the news at 10:45 with Laurie Mayer.
Explosives experts are to examine a suitcase from the jumbo which crashed at Lockerbie. As the search for the cause of the disaster continues, police and local people say they're disgusted by looting of the wreckage. And 2 young French girls are reported to be on their way home after more than a year as hostages in Beirut. Good evening. Pieces of wreckage and a suitcase from the Pan Am Jumbo, which crashed on Lockerbie, have been sent for tests to the Ministry of Defence at Fort Halstead in Kent. They're checking for evidence of an explosion before the aircraft hit the ground, though they still haven't ruled out the possibility of structural failure.
The Jumbo's flight deck has been the site of the most intensive investigation. The decision to send wreckage and a suitcase to the explosives experts at Fort Halstead is the clearest indication yet that investigators suspect a bomb caused the crash. If terrorists were to blame, this man from the United States, here with the wife of the brother he lost in the crash, wants America to take its revenge.
I would hope to God that our government would definitely take a long, hard look at this and maybe realize what the Israelis do and take a little bit of their philosophy in dealing with these acts of terrorism.
But as the investigation continues, airframe failure in one of the oldest 747s in the world has not been ruled out. In Lockerbie, amid widespread disgust, a man is in police custody after an alleged theft in one of the blitzed areas of the town. That did nothing to lighten the burden on mourners at a mass for the dead at the town's Catholic church tonight. The Bishop of Galloway told of one grieving woman.
All she treasured and loved had gone, and there is just the aching void. An empty space in Sherwood Crescent and in the lives of those who grieve.
An extreme Palestinian terrorist group says it's released 2 French children who've been held hostage for over a year. Relatives of 7-year-old Marie-Laure Valente and her 6-year-old sister Virginie had spent Christmas in Beirut trying to get them freed. This report from Stephen Milligan.
Yesterday, a video of the girl's mother was watched by a group of relatives, including the girl's father. They had flown to Beirut after an assurance that the children would be liberated as a Christmas gesture. It was the first hope they'd had since the girls were kidnapped from a yacht off the Gaza Strip 14 months ago with their mother and 5 Belgians. The notorious terrorist Abu Nidal is thought to have been behind their abduction. Today, the relatives flew home without the children. Back in Paris, the girl's uncle said that they had been tricked. But during his flight, the captors announced that the children would be home within hours. Tonight, there's still no sign of them. And the family lawyer says the girl's fate is on a razor's edge.
Israeli soldiers killed 3 guerrillas they said were advancing to cross from Lebanon early today. The Abu Nidal group said they'd attacked Israeli troops in the same area. Meanwhile, Israel and Egypt have been talking about a possible meeting between Prime Minister Shamir and President Mubarak. Mr. Shamir is reported to be trying to use the 1978 Camp David Agreement to discuss the future of the occupied territories. 4 children have died in a house fire near Dublin. Their mother was very badly burned. The fire started this morning at their home on a council estate in Bray, County Wicklow. The dead children, a girl and her 3 brothers, were aged 9, 6, 4 and 18 months. Another brother survived, but their mother is critically ill in hospital. A new campaign has been launched calling for a reduction in the number of hours junior doctors must work. Doctors beginning a vigil to publicise their case said overwork puts patients at risk. They initially want their working week reduced from an average of 86 hours to 72. Their campaign has the backing of the Medical Practitioners Union and the British Medical Association. Heavy snowstorms in Armenia have added to the problems of earthquake relief teams. Bulldozers and tractors have been sent in to clear roads. Doctors say many of the children being treated in hospital may face years of psychological trauma from their injuries or the loss of family members. Foreign medical teams are still helping treat thousands of casualties, and many others have been evacuated to Moscow and other centres. Now, with news of a change at the top of the First Division and the rest of today's sport, here's Rob Bonnet.
Arsenal are the new leaders of Division 1 after winning 3-2 at Charlton. Brian Marwood scored twice, including a disputed penalty. And an Ian Rush goal gave Liverpool a 1-0 win at Derby. 2 other clubs also involved in this season's championship race, Southampton and Coventry, met in an eventful match at the Dell.
Coventry, enjoying one of their best starts for years, threatened to give the Southampton fans a real Christmas hangover. Thompson's skill and persistence set up their first goal. Phillips' finish was masterly. Coventry were justifying their title aspirations, Houchen's determination setting up the easiest of chances for Bannister. But in the second half, Coventry sat back to defend their lead. It was a tactical mistake. Case's cross allowing Rodney Wallace to put Southampton back in the match. The end was frenetic, a last-gasp equaliser by Moore. Then Bannister elbowed Osmond in the face. He retaliated, both were sent off, and the scenes which followed showed nothing of the festive spirit. Southampton 2, Coventry City 2.
So Coventry dropped to 6th. Everton go 5th after beating Middlesbrough 2-1. Millwall 4th after losing 1-0 at Wimbledon. Norwich will go top if they beat West Ham tomorrow. In Rugby League's match of the day, Wigan came from behind to beat St Helens. Joe Lydon's 65th minute try put them 12-11 ahead, and then, seconds before the end, the substitute Sean Edwards scored their third try. Final score, St Helens 11, Wigan 18. Desert Orchid, the odds-on favourite, won the King George VI chase at Kempton Park. He held off a challenge from Kildimo in the closing stages, described by Peter Bromley.
One more fence to jump. Desert Orchid in the lead, but only just. Desert Orchid over, Kildimo over, and Vodkatini over. On the run in, it's the Flying Grey. Desert Orchid comes home to win the race for a second time. He's going to be chased to the line by Kildimo, but Desi does it.
Desert Orchid the winner by 4 lengths from Kildimo, with Vodkatini in third place.
Finally, a baby panda made its first public appearance at a Japanese zoo this weekend. Watched by its mother, Yu performed like an old ham. The name was chosen from over 100,000 suggestions, all of them made without knowing the panda's sex. That won't be clear for another year or so. And that was the Boxing Day news from all of us in the newsroom. Good night.
Hello to you. This Christmas holiday period has been the warmest in London, and I'm only talking about London, since records began in 1940. Mild it may have been, but there's been a lot of rain around today. Over the past few hours or more, some heavy rain from Grampian through northern England, northwest Wales, right down into the Celtic Sea. But as the night goes on, that rain will all tip southeast, and by the end of the night we'll find it along the southernmost counties of England. But by this time it'll become fairly patchy and mostly light. Clearing skies to the north, 1 or 2 showers coming into these northern and northwestern coasts, and continuing quite windy in Scotland tonight with gales or severe gales. There's a weather chart for tomorrow, so we're still in this run of west to southwesterly air, so still quite mild, but tomorrow I think we stand a better chance of seeing some sunshine. But south of the Thames, a good deal of cloud with some drizzly rain, though rather mild, 1 or 2 early showers in the north and northwest, but during the day it'll cloud up in western Scotland with some patchy rain, and we may also find some light rain getting into South Wales. That's it from me. Good night to you.
Holiday Tuesday evening finds Les Dennis shaken but not stirred.
You're right. The name's Bond. James Bond. 007. Or one of you calling from outside of London.
In EastEnders at 7:30, Sharon has money troubles.
I want 500 quid to arrange it, okay? My. Graduated from Princess Tuckway, haven't we?
At 8 o'clock, Bergerac is back.
2 people off the Paris flight, man and woman. Yeah? Oh? Tell you what, you can take a woman. Oh, you're a lucky day, isn't it? That is a lady with a lot of A-levels. What in? Larceny.
Operation Eagle takes to the air at 9:50.
I want you to go to England for me. Colonel, I barely know you. To assist in the kidnapping and safe return to Germany of Winston Churchill.
At midnight, highway robbery.
Hold your hands above your head. One move and I shoot.
You'll hang for this, you scoundrel.
This watch will make sure I'm not late for the execution.
Finished?
Yes.
Your holiday evening programs on One.
At 11:40 tonight, there's a real classic in our series of Broadway musicals as Tevye the Milkman takes centre stage in pursuit of good husbands for his 5 daughters in Fiddler on the Roof. Now on BBC One, a new double act for Christmas as we welcome Corbett and Forsyth, or to put it another way, Bruce and Ronnie.
Well, before we start, Bruce, can I wish you all the best of luck for the show?
Well, thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With your comeback.
Well, What do you mean? I'm not making a comeback.
Well, you mustn't lose confidence. I mean, you know, come back to the BBC. BBC1,
I see.
#1 channel.
Oh, yes. Well,
you mustn't worry. You know, you're among friends.
Well, that's
and
nice.
The audience loves you. And one or two of them remember you.
I should hope they do remember it. I've done 500 shows for ITV since I was last here.
The people upstairs aren't going to like that.
The people upstairs, are they taking in lodgers here now?
No, yeah, I mean the emergent executives, you know, people like, you know, Janet Street Porter, Esther Ranson, you know. I mean, you could get hurt.
Well, what are they going to do, bite me? Well, mind you, Crocodile Dundee would be frightened of those two, wouldn't
By the way, were you all right with the car park?
I got a very nice car park space. Yes, very good. I'm next to Cliff Richard's car.
Oh, yes.
The one with the stained glass windows.
The one that has a service every Sunday.
That's the one.
And what about the champagne was in the room, I hope?
Oh, well, I don't know whether it was champagne, but it did descale the kettle. Bit strong, yes. But it's lovely to see you, and I mean, we've known each other for so many years.
I know.
And I was thinking the other day, where was it we first met?
Well, I'll tell you when it was. It was in Glasgow, at the Metropole Glasgow.
Was it?
I came round at the stage. I got your autograph.
My autograph? That must be worth quite a bit now.
Yeah. To be absolutely honest, I'd gone round there with my mother. To be honest, I'd gone round mainly for Gracie Field's autograph.
Gracie Field? Hold on a minute.
And you were playing her father, don't you?
Father? Me playing Gracie Fields? But do you know how old that would make me? Mind you, it was a good part. But no, look, come on, let's be honest. I remember now. The first place I met you, now, was in... you were in The Merchant of Venice.
Right.
And you played the Pound of Flesh.
Funny you bring up Shakespeare, because just after this I'm off on a tour with the Renaissance.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm going to a very nice production in which I'm going to play the very important part of Hamlet.
Oh, who's going to play the rest of it?
I'd like to say, Bruce, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Is the conversation going to remain at this sort of level?
Well, I hope not. I mean, look. Tell them about the show.
That is the important thing,
Good,
isn't it? We've got lovely songs.
And girls.
And we've got sketches.
And girls.
We've got jokes.
And girls.
And we've got girls.
I never thought of that, you girls.
Would you believe this, Bruce?
Ron, I take back everything the producer said about you.
Thank you very much. What did he say there? What did he say?
It's a bit personal, but I don't mind that.